Hey everyone, welcome to the 8th lecture on permutation and combination. Today we're going to look at some geometry based selection questions. Before we begin with that, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai. I have over 7 years of experience teaching quantitative aptitude and other aspects of the test. I have trained over 2 lakh students so far. Please do not forget to follow #CAT Live Daily on Instagram the next time you go there. These are the 2 Telegram groups that we have right now. This is the official Telegram group of Unacademy CAT. Go ahead and join that. You will get updates on everything that we have planned for your MBA prep. Also, please don't forget to follow or join the SURANALIVE group, where this is my official group where you could ask queries and have some discussions as well. So let's have a quick recap of what we've seen so far in the last 7 lectures, right? We've understood what permutations are. We've understood the difference between permutation, combination, under what scenario would you apply permutation and under what scenario would you apply combinations. Next, we've looked at what linear arrangement is. We've looked at letter-based arrangement, number-based arrangement, people-based arrangement. We've looked at circular arrangement, where we had arrangement where orientations mattered, orientations did not matter. Then we looked at what combinations are, under what scenarios you use combinations, and what would be the standard form of looking at any combination based question. Then we looked at condition based selection, under combination. So this is what we have seen so far. What we are going to look at today are geometry based problems that require you to know combinations. So first we're going to look at questions based on lines, questions based on triangles, question based on quadrilaterals and other polygons. We'll be looking at questions based on diagonals, and we'll be looking at a couple questions that deal with counting of figures. So that being known, please keep in mind, guys, these are all the ongoing and upcoming batches that we have planned at Unacademy. You can enroll into any one of these if you really want to take your CAT prep to the next level. These batches are not only for your CAT prep but also for other management entrance tests as well. So go ahead, join one of these. If you want to join one of these, you can join multiple batches also. If you want to join them, all you have to do is take the subscription. You can take a plus subscription or an iconic subscription. I'll tell you the difference between both of these towards the end of the lecture. Also, please notice there are different packages available that includes everything. So your notes, your lectures, recorded ones, live ones, doubt clearing sessions, ask a doubt feature, all of that would be a pack, would be a combined pack under this. So you don't have to pay for different aspects of the app. Everything that's there on the app would be available for you. Under iconic, there's a special thing that I will talk about towards the end of it, right? Now, if you use my referral code SURANALIVE, your prices get slashed by 10% immediately. Yes, so there's a 10% discount if you use this code SURANALIVE while you check out. Done? And for people who are planning on taking a subscription only till CAT or only till ZAT, all you can do is you can take the 6-month subscription today. If you take the 6-month subscription today, you get a 1-month subscription extra. That means for the price of 6 months, you get 1 extra month free. Yes, that means for about 14,000 rupees, you get a pack that is worth 3,700 rupees free. Cool. All right, let's start with selection, that is geometry based. Yes, so for this you need to know a few things about geometry. So I'm assuming that since this is the Propel batch, I'm assuming that we've already completed geometry here. But if you are someone who hasn't done geometry, you might want to look at some of the basics. Okay, so first let's start with examples because there's nothing in specific that we can talk about. So let's start with example, different scenarios, different logics we are going to use, but completely based on logic, nothing formula based. So here's your first question. I'll ask you to pause this, read the question, try it out. There are answer choices, see which one would match your answer. Select one and drop the answer in the comment section. Okay, So this is my key to ask you to pause the video. Alright, so let's look at this question. They're saying a plane has 20 non-collinear points. What are non-collinear points? All 20 points will not lie on a straight line. Yes, collinear points are points that lie on a straight line. We know that if I take any 2 points, I can definitely make them lie on a straight line. 2 points can be made to lie on a straight line, correct? Whether it's in this direction or in this direction, any direction. Yeah. But if there are more than 2 points that are non-collinear, it basically means that they cannot be. So this example would be of a collinear set. Why are these points collinear? Because I can make all the 3 points lie on the same line. On the other hand, if I have a point like this, there is no way that I can draw one line wherein all 3 points are touched. I can't, right? I'll either have to draw a straight line like this, or I'll have to draw a straight line like this, or I'll have to draw a straight line like this. So there's no way in which we can form a straight line with all non-collinear points in it. Yes. Now what is the question asking? How many lines can be drawn in that plane? A plane with 20 non-collinear points. So let's start with an understanding of the image, right? So 20 non-collinear points. Yes, if I want to form one line, right? If I want to form one line, how many points do I want? Since these are non-collinear, there is no way 3 lines will lie on the 3 points, more than 2 points will lie on the straight line. That basically means we need exactly 2 points to form one line. So all I have to now check is how many such groups of 2 points can I make? 2 points ke how many groups can I form, right? So that basically means what? Out of 20 available points, I need to select how many points? 2 points. What is this? Selection. Selection basically means what? Combination. Yes. Arrangement doesn't matter whether I join point A with B like this, or if I join point B with A, it doesn't matter because order doesn't matter here. AB is the same line as BA, right? That's why this is combination. So our answer is basically going to be what? From a group of 20 points, I need to select 2, which is 20C2. That's going to be 20 times 19 by 2 factorial. Yes, that is how much? 190. So there are 190 lines that I can form using 20 non-collinear points. I hope you understand this. If you have any doubts or any queries, please drop it in the comment box. I'll be more than happy to help you. Yeah. So did you understand this? There's no specific formula and all here. Formula based कुछ भी नहीं है कि यही question में आएगा. Only this will come in the test. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So this is all on the spot that you can come up with. Okay. Now let's look at another example of the similar type. Yeah. Here's your second example. Have a look at this. So what's the difference between the previous one and this one? Here they are saying that there are 14 points, just highlighting this part. There are 14 points out of which 4 are collinear. Yes, that means there are 10 points that are not non-collinear, but 4 points are collinear, right? I'm going to pause this for a while. I hope you have an answer. If you do not, don't worry, don't rush into things. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so we have 10 points that are non-collinear. So these are the 10 points that are non-collinear, and there are 4 points that are collinear. So let's say the lines in blue are the lines that are points in blue are collinear, and remaining 10 are non-collinear. Yes, here also if you notice, so what happens in a collinear set is this entire thing is one line, correct? But if you notice, you can form a line using these 2 points, you can form a line using these 2 points, you can form a line using these 2 points, these 2 points. So these points cannot be excluded altogether, but we'll have to exclude the possible number of lines that can be formed through this. Yes. So by understanding of logic, let's say if these 4 points were not collinear, these were also non-collinear only. So we would have total 14 points that are non-collinear, out of which we need to select groups of 2, correct? 14C2, which is how much? 14 times 13 by 2 factorial. Yes, that's 13 times 7, 70 plus 21, 91. But I know that there will definitely be less than 91 points. Why? Because 91 is when all 14 points are non-collinear. So this seems like a trap answer. Please be careful with this. Now out of these, what can I remove? I can remove these 4 points, right? Lines made out of these 4 points will never form a different line. For example, this line can be extended. So this one is the same one line. If I join these two, this can also be extended. Ultimately, there will only be one line. So when I did 14C2, we were duplicating all possible lines that can be formed through here. So we need to remove the duplicate. So what are we going to do? All possible lines that can be formed using these 4 lines, we're going to remove. Yes. So what is 4C2? 4 times 3 by 2 factorial. That is nothing but 6. Yes, so 91 minus 6, 85 is there in the answer choice list. Very good, good for us. But do you really think 85 is going to be our answer? No. Why? Because what did we forget? We forgot this one line. When we removed 4C2, we forgot to include one line that can be formed joining all the 4 points. Yes. So we need to join that one line that can be formed through 4 collinear points. I hope this is clear. Yeah. So what is your answer now? Your answer is not 85. Instead, it is 86. Got it? So answer choices A and B were trap answers. You have to be very, very careful about them. Okay. Please be careful about trap answer. These are easy questions, but when you are in a hurry, you don't tend to realize that you made a mistake. Cool? Yes. So if you have fallen in the trap, if you have fallen for option A or option B, go ahead, hit like on this video. If you haven't, then don't forget to comment on the comment section. All right, let's move on to the third example. Now let's move a little ahead of just points. But before that, let me quickly remind you guys that every Sunday we are doing something called a combat, wherein aspirants across the country participate. Yes, this is a live quiz that happens at 12 p.m, a 1-hour quiz, wherein your skills with quant, LRDI and VARC are tested. So this is not just a talent hunt. Yes, you get to practice, of course, but along with that you get to win scholarships as well. Yes, so if you get a rank within first 200, then you get to have a scholarship, 100%, 75, 50, 25%. So go ahead, use this QR code, or the link will also be provided. It's in the description. When you log in, don't forget to use the code SURANALIVE. Yeah. All right. So I'll see you all on Sunday, right? Cool. Okay, now let's look at the third example. Okay. Now I'll give you some time to read it. I'm going to ask you to pause this video, look at the question, try to solve, give me an answer. Okay. Pause. Great. So I hope you have an answer and I hope it matches with the ones in the answer choices. Let's have a look at this. How many triangles? So what are we looking at now? We're looking at forming triangles. What do we know about triangles? Quickly, we know that a triangle is made up of 3 vertices. That means we need 3 points to form one triangle. Agreed? We need 3 points to form one triangle. So if I have, let's say if I have 4 points, how many triangles can I make out of it? Yes, again, what's the deal? These 3 points or these 4 points should be non-collinear. Yes, If I have 4 points like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't form any number of triangles here, right? Because at least one should be non-collinear, correct? So if there are 4 non-collinear points, how many triangles can I form? Out of 4, I need to select groups of 3. What is 4C3? 4. So there will be 4 triangles that can be formed here. Would you agree with that? Let's see. So this is one triangle. Yes. This is the other triangle, triangle number 2. Yeah. Now what about the others? This is one triangle, triangle number 3, and this would be triangle number 4. Yes, so 4 triangles can be formed. Agreed? Yes, because there was no point here in the middle. This middle was no point, we can't form smaller triangles. Okay, these are just an example. So this helps us understand that for a triangle we need 3 points. Yes. But there's something fishy about this question. What's the deal? They're saying that there's a set of 5 collinear points and there's another set of 7 collinear points on 2 parallel lines. So there's a line on which there are 5 collinear points. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's another line which is parallel to the previous one. There are 7 collinear points on it. Yes. What do we have to do? We have to form triangles from here. Yes. So is there any way I can form a triangle using these 3 points? I can't, right? These 3 won't form a triangle. This is a set of collinear points, right? So what would we want? We would want either, so there'll be 2 cases, right? Case 1, let's call this line A, let's call this line B. Yes. First case, we can select 1 point from A and 2 points from B, correct? The base will lie here, the vertex will lie here, correct? The conical part will lie here. Yes, agreed? So these kind of triangles. So what do we want? We want 1 point from A. There are 5 points, out of which we want 1. And out of 7 points that lie on B, we need 2 points. Agreed? So 5C1 is 5, 7C2 is 7 into 6 by 2. So what is this? This is 5 times 21, that's 105. Yes. So there are 105 triangles that we can form. It is in the answer choices, but we know that there is an alternative version of it as well, right? What? 2 points from A and 1 from B, correct? This is also a triangle. Yes, so let's look at the second case where we select 2 points from A and 1 point from B. Yes, that means out of 5 points we need 2 and out of 7 points we need 1. 5C2 is 5 into 4 by 2 factorial and 7C1 is 7. This is how much? 10 times 7, that's 70. So the total possible triangles that we can form are 105 from case 1 or from case 2, 70. So a total of how many? 175 triangles. Agreed? Clear? So that's the case here, 175. Got it? Now there's an alternative way of looking at it as well. Alternative way of looking at it. So in total there are 12 points, right? 5 here and 7 here, 12 points. Let's see, if I were to form a triangle, I would need 3 points. So 12C3 will give me total number of groups of 3, not total number of triangles, total number of groups of 3. Yes. Out of this, all I have to do is remove the lines that can be formed using first 5 points on A, these 5. Yes, so groups of 3 that can be formed using A and groups of 3 that can be formed using B. If I remove that, what will happen? I'll get the remaining. That will give me the number of triangles. Agreed? So what is 12C3? let's do the calculation here. 12C3 is 12 into 11 into 10 by 3 factorial, which is 6, minus 5C3 is 5C2, which is 5 into 4 by 2, minus 7C3 is 7 into 6 into 5 by 3 factorial, which is 6. So what do I get? I get 220 total possible ones. Yes, be careful about this answer choice. Minus 10 minus 35. Yes, so 220 minus 45 is 175. There's a total of 175 triangles. Cool. So this is just an alternative approach to the same question. Instead of going for what we want, we're going for what we don't want, and then we remove that. Yeah, two ways of looking at life. All right, so if this is clear, let's use the same concept, similar concept. Let's try to put it in a different form of question. Okay, so here's your question. The diagram is given to you. I'll ask you to pause this video now. Go ahead, read this and answer this question. All right, so have you had a chance to look at this question? Yes. Now what are we looking at? We're looking at possible number of triangles that can be formed. Yes, using these 17 points. Agreed? So what do we see here? We see 5 points here. We see 4 points here. So there should be 8 points here. Yes. We need to form triangles. Again, if we go for if and or, that is 1 point from here, 1 point from here, 1 point from here, I can form a triangle like this. Yes or no? Sorry for the, yeah, this is a triangle. Yes. So if we can form triangles like these, but again, so this will be one case. Another case will be these 2 points and this is a triangle. Yes, again 2 points here with the red point like this could be a triangle. So there are too many possibilities, right? Whenever we have too many possibilities, we should always try to look at the other way around. So can we use what we just used? There's a total of 17 points, out of which I can form 17C3 groups of points, correct? Yes, 17C3 groups of 3 points, out of which what will not be triangles? If I select 3 lines from these 3 points, this won't be a triangle. So out of 5 collinear lines points, if I remove 3, that can be removed. Plus same way here, 4 points, so 4C3, anything that I can form through these, right, that will not be counted again. And anything that we can form through these 8, right, groups of 3 formed through these 8 points. So what do we have? We have a simple solution now. All we have to focus on is calculation. This way what will happen is we don't miss out on anything. Yes, otherwise if you go for cases, you will have more than one cases, right? Case 1, 2, 3, 4, there will be 4 cases, which will definitely confuse you. More than 4 cases in fact. Yeah, so if you don't want to get confused, this is your way out of this. So do the calculation now. 17C3 is 17 into 16 into 15 by 3 factorial minus 5C3 is the same as 5C2, that is 10. Agreed? 5 into 4 by 2 into 1 plus 4C3 is the same as 4C1, that is 4. 8C3 we might have to calculate, so 8 into 7 into 6 by 6, which is how much? 56. So what do we have? Let's try and calculate here as well. This is 8 times, this is 5 times, 40 17 times. Yes, we need to find out 40 17 times. Now don't go for traditional calculation, or don't directly jump to the calculator, right? Just think about this. 17 twice is 34, 34 twice is 68, that's 680. Yes, do you see here 680? Please be careful about this. Okay, so 680 minus 14 plus 56 is how much? 70. So this gives us what? 610 triangles. Got it? So if you look at this in an alternative perception, if your point of view is changed, then it's just a calculation based question. Otherwise you will end up making mistakes. Yeah, I hope you are comfortable now with triangles. Are you guys comfortable with triangles, everyone? Beautiful. Now enough of triangles, enough of lines. Now let's move to polygons. Yes, let's move to polygons. Let's look at some questions from diagonals. But before that, please keep in mind, guys, people who are preparing for IPMAT or other BBA entrance exams and other hotel management entrance exams, there is a batch, a 1-year batch that is about to start on 19th of June. All the top educators will be taking classes, respective topics, helping you out with everything that they can. Yes, so you can join this 1-year course, ensure that your IPMAT 2022 seat is almost booked. Yes, and if you are planning on preparing for any of these exams, IPMAT or BBA entrance exams or hotel management, then there's an offer. Because this is a new goal that has started on Unacademy, there's an introductory offer where if you take 12 months package, you will get 2 months subscription free. Also, if you take a 24-month package, then you will get 3 months subscription free. Yes, this offer is was valid only till 10th of June, but because there has been a lot of request to extend this has been extended. Yeah, so you can take the subscription by using my code SURANALIVE and you will get additional 10% discount. Apart from these discounts, you will get an additional 10% discount if you use my code SURANALIVE. Okay, all right, now let's move on to polygons, diagonals. Let's have a look at the situation. I'll pause this. I want you to think about this carefully. Please hit play only if you are comfortable with this question. Okay, all right. Great. I hope you've had a chance to look at this question. I hope you have an answer. This is a theta question. Theta questions could actually be very mysterious because there are no answer choices, right? If there are no answer choices, then there is no way of knowing for sure, or at least having that satisfaction in your mind that you have it right or wrong. Yes, you don't know whether the answer was right or whether it was wrong, because if there are answer choices, we could compare and at least get a satisfaction. Theta mein, there's no such situation at all. All right, so let's have a look at the situation first. They're asking, what is the number of sides of polygon whose diagonals are 7 times the number of sides? So what are they saying? Number of diagonals are 7 times the number of sides. Yes, this is the situation. Now first things first, let's try to establish. So if you already know the formula for number of diagonals from geometry, you can directly use that here. Yes, that's again if you are comfortable with the memory part of it. Yes, that's very important. You have to be comfortable with the memory part, otherwise you tend to forget things, right? So number of diagonals of any given polygon that has n sides can be given as n into n minus 3 by 2. Agreed? That's something that we know. So if you know it, you can directly use it here. Yes, you can directly get the value of n. But let's say you do not know and you don't want to remember this. You are not very good at memory. You don't want to mug this up. So what do? We use common sense, right? Let's try to apply that for a change. Sorry. Yeah. So let's take a 4. So we know that a triangle cannot have a diagonal. What is a diagonal? A diagonal is a line that joins two non-adjacent points. Correct? Two non-adjacent points. What do you mean by that? For example, if I look at point A, then point B and C are adjacent to it. Yes, that means the only possible point through which a diagonal can be formed would be what? D. So A and D is a diagonal, B and C is a diagonal. Agreed? So for a 4-sided polygon, which we call as a quadrilateral, there'll be 4 diagonals. Beautiful. Now we have to try to somehow, you know, arrange this, right? So we have to relate 4 with 2, 4 number of sides to 2 diagonals. There could be multiple things, divide by 2, subtract by 2, so many things I can do with that. So let's try to use a different figure now. Yes, what's the figure? We have a 5-sided polygon which we call as a pentagon, right? So if you look at this, in a pentagon there can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonals. Yes, 5 diagonals. So could there be a logic here? Definitely, right? What could be the logic? That if there are, let's take for a square, right? If there are 4 points, out of these 4 points I cannot select which points? I cannot select 3 points, correct? Agreed? I cannot select 3 points. Or in other words, using 4 points, how many groups of 2 can I form? How many total lines can I form? Total number of lines. Yes, whether they are sides, whether they are diagonals, adjacent, non-adjacent, look after that later. Yes, what would be the total number of lines for a quadrilateral? 4C2, correct? Out of this, I don't want 4 sides. Which sides? This, this, this and this. Yes, I'm removing 4 lines, which is number of sides, n. Yeah, so what is this? This is basically NC2, agreed, number of sides, NC2 minus n. Say yes if you understand this. Now let's see, so what would this give us? 4C2 is 4 into 3 by 2, that is 6. 6 minus 4 gives me a 2, makes sense. Yes, let's try that with a pentagon now. Yes, 5C2 minus 5, correct? What is 5C2? 5 into 4 by 2, that is 10. 10 minus 5, 5 makes sense. Yes, so by logic, what did we derive? Number of diagonals is NC2 minus n, where n is the number of sides of the regular polygon. Cool? Sorted? So once that is sorted, we could directly jump into finding out the number of sides of this polygon, right? So what are they saying? They're saying that, so okay, first let's try to look at this, right? NC2, what is NC2? N into n minus 1 by 2 minus n, correct? NC2 is what? N, the previous term, by 2 factorial, right? They're saying number of diagonals is 7 times the side. So if I substitute that here, what will I get? Number of diagonals is 7 times the number of sides. So now what do we end up getting? We would get, I bring this n this side, 7n plus n is 8 times n is n into n minus 1 by 2, or 16n is equal to n into n minus 1. I can divide both sides with n or cancel this off. I will get n is equal to 16 plus 1, 17. Cool. I hope this is clear. Yeah. So what's a 17-sided polygon called? A 17-sided polygon looks like this. This is what a 17-sided polygon looks like. A 17-sided polygon is called a heptadecagon. Hepta for the 7 sides, deca for the 10, so 10 plus 7, 17 sides in total. Yes, so this polygon has 17 sides. This will be your answer. This is how you find out. Now if you are aware of this formula, then you can directly use this formula also. That is what? 7 times n is n into n minus 3 by 2, directly using the formula. So n gets cancelled off. Take the 2 the other side, you have n minus 3 is 14, or n is 14 plus 3, 17. Cool. Either ways, if you remember the formula, directly use it, saves time, very good. If you don't, try to make a formula out of this. Yes, use logic, make a formula, because at the end of the day, even if you spend 30 seconds or a minute extra on a particular question that you are sure you will get an answer, then that's a blessing in disguise. Yes. All right, so these are some of the questions, some of the situations that we've seen under geometry based selection. Let's see one more where we have to count the number of shapes. Yes. So here's a question that is based on chessboards. I hope you are aware of a chessboard, right? This is what this is what a chessboard looks like. Yes. So have a look at this. I'll pause this. I'll ask you to pause this. Pause. Try to answer this, and then we'll answer this together. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you have an answer now. Do you have an answer, guys? What is the question asking? If 4 chessboards are arranged to make a bigger square, then how many squares would be formed? Yes. So first, before we move on to 4 chessboards, let's try and look at one chessboard, right? Let's zoom this chessboard a little bit. So this is a chessboard. How many squares do you have on each row or each side? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 sides here. Since a chessboard is square, there'll be 8 sides here as well, right? 8 squares here as well. So a chessboard has how many? 8 cross 8 squares on it. Agreed? 64 squares. But is it true though? Are there only 64 squares? So what I'm asking is this a square or no? Is this a square? Definitely it is. Why? Because if I say this is the length of this is A, this is A, this is A. Since these are squares, this is A, this is A, this is A. So the length of this square becomes 2A. Agreed? Yes. So ultimately, where do we stop? We can't really stop just like this, right? So now there'll be 2 cross 2 squares, then there'll be 3 cross 3 squares, 4 cross 4, 5 cross 5, 6 cross 6, 7 cross 7, 8 cross 8. Yes. Yeah. So go ahead, think of a logic. Yes. Okay, chalo, let's look at this. Yeah, how many, let's think of this, how many 1 cross 1 squares will be there? What do you mean by 1 cross 1? Like this is 1 1, this is a 1 cross 1 square. Yes, how many 1 cross 1 squares do we have? 8 into 8, 8 in this row. Yes, and 8 in this row. Agreed? How many? 8 times 8, 64 squares. What is 64? 8 square, right? What about 2 cross 2? How many 2 cross 2 squares would we have? Anybody? How many 2 cross 2 squares would we have, right? So first let's try and look at this, right? Let's remove all of this. Let's try to understand how many 2 cross 2 would we have, at least in one row. Yes. In one row, how many would we have? Yes. So look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 5, 6, and 7. Are you able to count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So 7 such groups can be formed here. 7 such groups can be formed here. And what about on the vertical side? Same, 7 such groups. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 cross 7 on each. That gives us what? 49. That's nothing but 7 square. Yes. So this way, if we look at 3 cross 3, what would happen? Try and understand the logic. What would happen? 3 cross 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. Yes. Same way, moving further, 4, 5, 6. Correct? So 3 cross 3 squares are 6. Do you see a pattern now? What's the pattern? We would have numbers decreasing. So last 8 cross 8 square, there'll only be 1, because this is 1 8, this is 1 8. So 1 times 1, 1. Yes. So what do you see? You basically see sum of squares. Technically, total number of squares. Total number of squares would basically be what? 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square all the way till 8 square. Yes. Does this make sense to you all? Everybody? Beautiful. So now if that is clear, then what's our next step? How do we find this out, right, for a bigger number? Yes. So this is nothing but, if this was not a chessboard, instead if this was just a general square, tab kya karte? What would we do then, right? So iska general formula kya hoga? Number of squares that has n squares on it, right? N squares on each row can be given as sum of squares of n terms starting from 1, right? N natural number के squares का sum क्या होगा? That is n into n plus 2 into 2n plus 1. Agreed? By 6. Yes, everyone? Do you remember this? Sorry, n plus 1, huh? N plus 1, not n plus 2. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. If you remember this very well, otherwise itna sa calculation to kar hi sakte hain. Yes? But ek second, is this our question? Kya ye question tha? Not really, right? Question kya tha apna? Our question was, so we've looked at just one square now, one chessboard, right? The question is, if there were 4 such squares, 4 such chessboards that would be made. Yes, that is using 1, if I have 4 more, 3 more, right? 1 2 3 4. Now this entire thing is a chessboard. Yes, a bigger square. So how many squares do I have here? What's the value of n here? There's 8 and 8, 16. What about here? Same, 16. So now I need to find this one out for what? 16 squares. Yes. So total number of squares would be what? 16. N is 16 into 16 plus 1, 17 into 2n is 32. 32 plus 1, 33 divided by 6. Yes. This is thrice and 8 times. This is 11 times. 8 17 times is 80 plus 56, 136. 136 into 11 is 1360 plus 136, which is 1496. So there are a total of 1496 squares in this big square. Cool. So again, what did we do? Although it took us some time, but we derived. Yes, don't directly mug formulae, derive them then and there. Sorted, everyone? Yes, so I hope this session was helpful for y'all. And if you're planning on taking a subscription, please understand the difference between a plus subscription and iconic subscription. Yeah. Plus subscription gives you unlimited access to all content available on the platform. Yes, unlimited access, whether it's live classes, recorded classes, 1-year-old classes, classes based on strategy, on practice, on theory, on examples, on doubt clearing, everything. Along with that, you get complete access to all the notes in form of PDFs. That means you don't have to buy books, and you get access to all the live test quizzes, which you can take them later also, live, offline, both you can. Yes, so that's what gets in plus. Iconic is very similar to plus. All the benefits of plus will be a part of it, but the highlight here is what? That you get a personal coach, a mentor who will help you at every step of the way. Any issues that you have, you can get them cleared through your mentor. Now, who is this mentor? A mentor would be a top B school alumni like IIM Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Calcutta, etc. on other management entrance test experts also. Yes, who will help you with other management entrance test. This particular package will also give you personalized test reports and analysis through which you will understand where you are, what are the areas that you should improve, what are the areas that you are good at and you can enhance them. Yes, so if you're looking for one of these subscriptions, all you have to do is take the subscription. You can either take Plus or Iconic. Here's the pricing for it. Use my referral code SURANALIVE for a 10% immediate discount. And let me remind you, if you take a 6-month subscription today, you get 1 month subscription free. Yes, thank you very much for being a part of this session, guys. If you've liked this session, please go ahead and hit like on this video. Share this with your friends, with your relatives, with your classmates, other peers. Let others know that this is happening. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. What are you even doing? And don't forget to hit the bell icon. This will give you notification every time there's a session planned. Thank you very much. I'll see you all in the next upcoming session. All the very best. Please keep yourself safe and happy. Take care. Keep learning. Let's crack it.